Spongebob, lost episode, the Krusty Krab School. Date, December 15th, 2017. Hello. My name is Adrian Vermtek. I live in a small suburb called El Rancho Camelot. It was built up in 2006. I was on my way home from both work and given HOA fees to our HOA president named Gladys Sharp. Yeah, apparently she screamed that there's this one time in 2006 where she screamed she can't be arrested as she's the president of the Homeowners Association. Yeah. Anyway, I pull up into my house and turn off the car. I go into my house and think to myself, after having a slice of cake, I think to myself, should I watch an episode of SpongeBob? I grew up with SpongeBob and I thought it was really great. And so I sat down on the couch and turned on the TV. It was a Roku TV. I turned on Nickelodeon and Game Shakers was ending. I think that was the show. Anyway, the normal SpongeBob intro came on. But when it ended, the episode title screen came up. It said, The Krusty Krab School. The background was a picnic blanket with black text that said the name of the episode. Instead, the intro music wasn't normal either. It was instead of the Hawaiian music that normally plays, it was instead the song The Wrong Way by the band Sublime. Anyway, the bubble transition appeared, and the Krusty Krab appeared. The rest of Bikini Bottom looked completely deserted. Almost like no life existed there at all. But anyway, it cut to the inside where Sandy was at a whiteboard explaining something. She said,
"Alright, today we're going to learn about the Pythagorean theorem."
And everyone else was either listening, asleep, or on their phone. Hell, I even thought I saw Patrick playing a game that sounded like Candy Crush. You know, the sweet, stuff that from the game. Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs looked up from his phone and saw that SpongeBob was eating some chips. SpongeBobby boy, are you eating chips?
Yeah, sir, I got them from the vending machine.
Give me them chips. Mr. Krabs, being the cheapskate that he is, swiped away SpongeBob's chips. He ate the chips, and they were very spicy, but they were very good. But they also made him extremely gassy. As Sandy was explaining the Pythagorean theorem, suddenly, Mr. Krabs farted. SpongeBob looked up and went,
"Ew! Somebody farted?"
"Yeah, ew," said Mr. Krabs. "What does that smell?" Squidward asked. I don't know, I can't smell," said Patrick.
"Okay, who let a skunk in here?"
said Mickey.
"I don't know, who did?"
said Pingu. He then immediately went back to his drawing game on his phone.
Sandy?"
Squidward said.
"Yeah?"
"Somebody farted."
"Okay, just say excuse me and we'll move on."
She went back to writing things on the whiteboard. And suddenly, Mr. Krabs farted again, and it sounded like diarrhea. Ew. Anyway, Pingu went, "I'm sorry, someone is still farting."
"Ew,"
said Pinga. "Oh, that's no weed I ever had," said Ted. "Okay, who let in a skunk?" said Naughty. Mr. Krabs then farted again. This time, it was very deafening.
Hey, who left a stink grenade in here?"
"Who did?" asked Psycho Teddy. What is that?" asked Vern, as he looked towards his group. "Maybe it's you, Sandy," said Mr. Krabs. Sandy explained.
"Look, if I were to poot or fart."
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cannot keep a straight face. Anyway, Sandy then said,
Look, class, if I was to poot or fart or whatever y'all say here, I would say excuse me, and then we'll, continue. It's the civilized thing to do.
Mr. Krabs then farted for what felt like the 7th time. It felt like a million skunks lived in there,
Seriously, who keeps doing that?
asked Squidward.
Ew! Ew!
Said Pearl.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna freaking stab whoever keeps doing that, said Naughty. Chris, it smells horrible, said Panda. Oswald, it smell was so bad that Oswald's ears drooped and nearly fell off his head. He had to rush to the bathroom to look in the mirror. Oh, ew! The class exclaimed. Sandy then grabbed some Febreze, hashtag not sponsored, and sprayed the classroom.
that is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous, class. Whoever doing it, just step outside.
Can I go to the bathroom? It's me. Can I go to the bathroom? Okay, I'll go away. Hey, I'm gonna get my lawyers and they're gonna sue you. Ew. Karen, do you smell that? Asked Plankton. Sandy looked at Mr. Krabs, who ran out of the Krusty Krab towards the bathroom. And she went,
I can pay for this. They don't pay me enough for this. They just freaking don't.
Suddenly, the episode ended. It was however, the credits music wasn't, credits weren't normal. Credit music wasn't normal. It was instead the song Psycho Teddy. And the text was in New Times Roman. In the background was some forest, probably in Montana. I don't know. Anyway, I heard a knock at on my front door. I answered it, and it was Gladys Sharp. Did you watch a weird episode of Spongebob? I went, yeah, why is it your business?
Because I need to confiscate it for archival purposes. I need it because I'm the president of the Homeowners Association. I'm showing this at the next HOA meeting.
She stormed off, high heels clicking on the sidewalk as she went. After sipping some of my coffee I got at the dollar store, I suddenly remembered the incident from 2006. Didn't that Verminator dude use a stuffed bunny and stuffed bear to show off his gadgets? Bro, when I watched that movie, I felt so bad for that stuffed bear, bro. If you know, you know. Anyway, I go over to her old house just down the block, and I find the toys that are ruined. I fix them up to the best of my ability and take them home, because, well, why not? I put them in my guest bedroom upstairs, and I went to bed. I fell asleep to some generic soap opera, and suddenly I heard a small knock at the door around 2 a.m. I get up. I was woken by this, and I get up. I open my bedroom door, and